the team leader at Inspired Leaders International and your Provincial Fathers Union President. Today, we are focusing on a critical topic of the impact of your marriage on your children. Did you know that the conditions in your marriage, that the situation in your marriage, that the environment of your marriage has a great impact on those wonderful people that God has brought into this world through you? To explore this conversation and this subject is none other than our brother, our uncle, our friend, a fellow father, a fellow husband, and a leader, Paul Bosson, from the Bible Society of Uganda. You're very welcome.
Well, Samuel, thank you very much for having me on the program. It's a pleasure and a delight to be here.
How have you been?
I've been well. This is Valentine's Day. I've been with my wife all day.
You've been with your wife all day?
Yeah.
So wonderful.
Even yesterday,
yes,
my wife went shopping. And
your wife went shopping
and brought back roses for me.
Really?
Wow.
That's unique.
It is special.
That's very unique. Because special. Many times around this time, men are the ones busy buying the roses for their wives. And when I hear that your wife is the one who now bought a rose for you, that's unique and outstanding.
And even in my own culture,
yes,
in the UK, the man is supposed to buy for the lady.
Supposed.
Yeah.
Under which law?
So we've had a good day today.
That's amazing. I also had a good day with my wife, but not just the two of us, only or alone.
Yes.
But we were facilitators at a marriage conference, a Valentine's Day marriage conference for more than 100 wonderful married people.
That is
somewhere in the city of Kampala.
What a wonderful thing to do on Valentine's Day.
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Madame Alson, for buying roses for your husband. Please look into that camera, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who is sharing with them today.
Sure. Well, my name is Paul Bosson and I'm married to Alison. We've been married for 36 years.
36 years.
36 years. So in May the 27th, we turn 37.
Wow.
And we have 3 children. They're all grown up now. So we are empty nesters. They've flown the nest. In fact, as a family, we live on 3 different continents. So Alison and I live here in Africa, in Uganda. Our daughter lives in London, in the UK. Our son, who's married, lives in Boston, in the USA. And we have another son who is in the military, so he moves around all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's our family.
Yeah.
Alice and I are here in Uganda. We've been living here for over 4 years now, 4.5 years, and we're missionaries here. Alison is a medical doctor and a counsellor. She works in a counselling clinic in Laboa, and she teaches counselling skills to pastors at the Kampala Evangelical School of Theology, which I'm sure many of the viewers will be aware of that. Very, very good institution.
Indeed.
Yeah. And for myself, I do work with the Bible Society of Uganda. We'll talk a little bit more about that, Samuel, later, if that is okay. But I also teach at the Kampala Evangelical School of Theology. I teach theology there.
Okay.
And I also work alongside a software business.
Software business?
Software. Now that may seem a little strange.
Do you have an IT theology background, or what? How do you get into software?
So my background is I've been in international technology software businesses for many years.
Okay.
Primarily as chief financial officer.
Okay.
So I'm not one of the people who do the coding. I'm the one who looks at the financial strategy of the business.
Who signs the on the check so that the other software people can go and do the coding.
Yeah, as CFO, I'll be honest with you. These days you make payments through the banking systems. I made so few that I forgot the passwords. Because you have people who do that.
Of course.
Yeah, it's only the big transactions, which are very few in number.
Yeah.
But I was a CFO for many years, and then in preparation for coming out here to Uganda as a missionary, I trained in theology.
Okay.
And spent 4 years at the London School of Theology, and I have a master's degree in theology.
Okay.
So I'm a bit of a mixture.
Indeed, indeed. And I think that's quite awesome because it makes you more an all-rounder, well-rounded enough to be able to minister to different kinds of audiences.
I hope so. I hope so.
I believe so. I've seen it.
Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah.
You're very kind.
Thank you. I really welcome you to this program today as we share what we are going to be talking about, the impact of one's marriage on one's children. What a thought this evening. You've already told us that you've already spent some 36 good years with one person called Alison.
Yes.
What a journey.
Yes. Yes.
So after spending almost 4 decades of your life in marriage, I would like you to decipher everything and boil it down to your top 3 or 4 things you would say they have been your top secrets for the longevity of your marriage this far.
Well, thank you, Samuel. These are not secrets, but I think I want to make a point, first of all, about something you've just said, about how our marriages impact other people.
Yes.
You know, we don't live our marriages in isolation from anyone else. We live in a community.
Exactly.
We have children. One thing I should have mentioned is that we have parents.
Yes.
You know, for
your parents are still alive.
So for my age, which is not young, Alison is the same age as me. All 4 of our parents are still alive.
What a blessing.
It is a real blessing.
What a blessing.
It won't last for long because they're elderly and in the case of my father, very frail. But the way we live our marriages impacts on all those around us, whether it's parents, children, colleagues, friends.
Yes.
You know, when a marriage breaks down, it impacts so many people.
It does.
So keeping the marriage strong is just so important. And I want to come back to those 3.
It should be everybody's priority.
Everyone's priority.
Yeah.
Those 3 secrets, which are not really secrets.
They are public secrets.
They're public secrets, exactly. Exactly. So the first is that we need to have complete openness and honesty in our marriage. You know,
did you even add the word complete before the word openness? Complete openness, not just openness.
Complete. We don't hide some things and be open with other things. Everything needs to be open and transparent. And that translates into our thoughts, our finances, the way we bring up our children, choosing schools. We take decisions. Certainly Alison and I take decisions together, jointly. I mentioned I was a CFO,
yes,
a financial
Chief
person,
Finance Officer.
Chief Financial Officer. But when it comes to spending our money, I do it consulting Alison. I don't assume that I have the right to spend the family money. It's a joint thing. So openness and honesty with each other is, for me, foundational to a good marriage. It's not easy. The temptation is always there.
If it was, many would do it. If it was easy, many would do it.
And that's so true, Samuel. Marriages are a test of our characters, a test of our resolve. We have to work at our marriages. You know, if we sit back, then our marriages can slip away from us. So we have to work at being open and transparent and honest with each other. So that's public secret number 1.
That's public secret number 1. Some people have given a disclaimer to it that they try to be completely open with their wives, with their husbands, and their spouses used it against them in ways they never liked. So as a result, they decided to put that on the side. Maybe you may want to, just in half a minute, say something to that category of people.
Yeah. When we are open and honest with anyone, we become vulnerable.
Yes, we do.
We become vulnerable. We are called to be vulnerable. And when people take advantage of us, whether it's our spouse or someone else, then that is part and parcel of the cost of being open.
It's a risk.
It's a risk, it's a cost, but the openness and transparency is worth it because that is foundational. Let me be honest with the viewers, Samuel.
Yes.
I could be in danger of portraying that our marriage is perfect. But it's not. I think we have an excellent marriage.
Okay.
But it's not perfect because we're not perfect people.
You have an excellent marriage, but not perfect one.
but not perfect marriage.
Yeah.
And
I think that's good enough.
but it means there are issues we have to work through,
Of course.
and always keep working through. And it stems from a commitment that we will be open and transparent with each
I hear
other.
you.
Public secret number one.
Yes. Number two.
Number two is we work as a team. We are partners together in life. We use the phrase when we get married that we have found our life partner.
We've found our life partner.
Yeah,
We use the word partner.
And that's what it should be. We're in partnership together. And what that means is that anything that concerns Alison is also my concern. Anything that concerns me is also Alison's concern. So I mentioned Alison worked as a family doctor, a medical doctor in the UK before we came to Uganda. Her issues were my issues. I have to support her in her work just as much as Alison supported me in my work. And it's difficult when you have children, young children. We can be juggling. I think. I think young parents go through the toughest period of their lives when they're juggling between work and children and family and being pulled in different directions. But if you are in a partnership together, then each one supports the other. 1 + 1 = 3 in marriage.
1
+ 1
+ 1
= 3.
Somebody said =1. This is the first time I'm hearing =3.
Now I'm using it in a way that the strength of one combined with the strength of the second creates not a strength number of 2, a strength number of 3.
Exactly, the power of the mastermind, if I can use that.
Exactly.
You bring your mind, I bring my mind, and we actually create a third mind of sorts.
One, yes. Of course, we are one spiritually and physically. Actually, we become one flesh. That is absolutely true. But when it comes to combining our resources and talents and gifts in partnership with each other, then the total is greater than the sum of the parts. That's the point I'm making. To use a business term, and Samuel, I know you're very familiar with business terminology, but when you're in partnership in a marriage, the synergy of being in partnership together. So I think that's public secret number 2.
I hear you, working together as a team. I find that as a number of couples are trying to do that, they find many volunteers who are willing to ensure that fails. It could be an in-law.
Yes.
It could even be your own children.
Yes.
Because children scream louder than the father, than the mother. So the mother may pay attention to the children, not the husband. The father may pay more attention to the children than the wife. And you find they are drifting apart with time because of the child, because of the in-law, because of workmates, because of neighbors, because of personal. So where is the safety net for couples to stay working as a team?
Yes. Now, what you're describing, Samuel, of course, are the very common day-to-day challenges of being in a family, married together with a husband or a wife. Now, when it comes to support, this is where we must not live our marriages in a vacuum. One of the things which I believe is very important is that as couples we belong to groups where we can support each other. Many churches here have excellent groups for married couples. And belonging to a group like that can be a real support when those difficult times come.
When there are some situations trying to make you drift apart.
Exactly. Whatever the challenge is, the pressure on marriages needs to be shared with others. We must not shoulder the burden alone. But as a couple, we share with others.
Anyway,
that's very powerful.
Something dropped in my mind, and I was about to ask it, but then I realized it would take me back to what I asked with the public secret number one. The risk in this: you share this in that group, you are going through this and that, and tomorrow you find it as the headline on the national newspaper. Somebody had to take it away and share it with somebody else. And I think again, it's just a risk we have to take because of the potential benefit therein.
Risk, but also wisdom.
Wisdom.
We need to be wise in who we share with. We share with people that we trust, where the bond of friendship and trust has been built up. Those are the people that won't abuse that situation. So I personally am not one for just broadcasting my issues. I'm a private man. so
just like majority of men
choosing exactly
we rarely share,
but choosing who we share with it needs wisdom.
It's wisdom.
It's godly.
I hear
wisdom.
you. So public secret number one for the longevity of your marriage this far is complete openness with your spouse, Alson. Public secret number two is working with her together as a team in all that you do. And number three?
Number three is more philosophical. It's more spiritual, actually.
Okay.
And that is, it's an attitude where I see my wife as being equal to me.
Equal in terms of what?
Equal before God.
So is that in terms of worth?
Worth and status.
Yes.
So worth and status, my wife is my equal. Not below and not above. But
and not behind.
Equal, not behind. Not behind.
I usually hear that common statement that behind a successful man is a great woman. Recently I asked something that left a few people silent. I said, so who is behind the unsuccessful man?
It's so true. It's so true. But this equality of perspective comes straight from God's word, of course. In Ephesians, we read about the mutual submission between a husband and a wife. It's
Ephesians
not
5:21.
5:21. It's not one way. It's a two-way submission. It's actually portraying very clearly the equality in status before God, status before each other. Doesn't mean to say we have the same roles.
Okay, so equality is not similarity. That's what you're saying.
No, definitely.
Yes.
I definitely agree with that comment. So we have different roles to play. I cannot be a mother to my children. Alison cannot be a father. We complement each other.
I've heard some ladies say maybe when the husband dies or when there is a divorce or when the husband is not that involved in the children's lives, you hear a lady say, I am their mother and I am their father. And I always quickly hurry to correct them and say, well, you're not their father. Their father is not there, their father is not involved, but you only remain their mother. You can never be their father.
Exactly.
Because those roles cannot be taken over by the other gender, whatever the case.
And the reason for that is they're God-ordained roles. The husband is ordained to be the father of the children, not the mother. And likewise, the mother
is ordained
to be the mother
Yes.
by God. I mean, that's a responsibility given by God to us, and we need to fulfill that responsibility. So, in many, many ways, we don't do the same thing.
Yes, we don't.
In my own family, my wife is a very good cook. I leave her to do the cooking. But you know what I do?
I don't.
When the maid doesn't come in at the weekends, I wash up.
Yes.
Because actually, I can do the washing up.
You clean the house and
well, no, I clean the dishes.
The dishes.
I'm
not the house.
I'm not very good with the house, but we share the work between us according to what we're good at. So I'm sure my wife is very good at washing up as well, but it's something as a man I can do to help. And in the UK culture, that is probably more acceptable for the man to do that kind of work than maybe in traditional Ugandan culture.
Exactly, most likely,
yeah.
yes.
But I am from the UK, so we are shaped to a degree by our cultures.
That's true. Could that therefore be a basis for somebody viewing to say, all right, I will leave that to Paul, the British guy. Since I am African, I will do it my way. Speak into the life of that kind of man who is thinking that way. Is this basically just a British culture thing, or it's a Jesus culture thing, that we are equal in worth and we complement each other and we therefore have to help out each other to the best of our ability? Or this is a British culture exclusively?
So I think that the way we apply the equality is shaped culturally. So for a Ugandan man, he may not do the washing up, but he must be doing something else. He
should still be doing something else.
He can't
to
be
help
just
out.
sleeping all day.
Watching TV or
watching TV,
unless it is watching this program,
or playing exactly, or using the phone. Which we can talk about mobile phones a little later, but they can be a real detriment to married life. There are positives, of course, with mobile phones,
gadgets,
but they're great time consumers.
That's
but
true.
coming back to culture, so Samuel, you're Ugandan.
Yes, I am.
I'm UK.
Proudly Ugandan.
Yeah, proudly Ugandan. I'm maybe not so proud of UK. But we come from our respective cultures. But if we're following God, there is a third culture which transcends. It goes over the cultures that we come from.
And that is?
And that's Christian culture.
Okay.
And with Christian culture, what we'll find is that in UK culture, there are certain things which are Christian.
Yes.
We should move forwards with those things.
Okay, so they are in the intersection of sets between the British culture and the Jesus culture.
Exactly. Samuel.
So those ones, we go forward with them.
Exactly. But there are some things in my own culture which are not Christian. We need to leave those things behind. Because the culture we're all pursuing as God's people is the culture, as you said, the Jesus culture, the Christian culture, the culture that transcends all cultures. It's why we can be united together, irrespective of where we come from.
That's true. Wow. So complete openness with our spouses, working with them as a team, viewing them as of equal worth with us.
Yes.
And finally, number 4, public secret number 4. Oh, that's
you
it.
asked me at 3.
I was enjoying this secret, so I felt there could be 2 or 3 more. But that's all right. This is very critical.
Maybe public secret number 4 is this culture thing. Actually, that together, as husband and wife, we pursue Christian culture. And we're not totally wedded to everything in our own national cultures, if I can use that phrase. Can I give you an example of the UK culture?
Please go ahead.
So in UK culture, the family relationships tend to be very insular. So people live as nuclear families. That's the phrase we use.
Father, mother, children.
Exactly. Whereas what I've observed in Ugandan culture is a much richer, community,
extended family.
Where even the aunt is like the mother to the children.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is very powerful, very good. And so leaving behind the nuclear way of life and embracing a more community way of life is something I've learnt whilst living here in Uganda. So that part of UK culture I leave behind, because it's not particularly Christian. If you look at the Bible, people live in communities.
Oh yes. Wonderful. So looking at all this, how has your own marriage shaped your children's faith, your children's character, since that is the focus of this program today, the impact of your marriage on your children? How has your marriage shaped your children's character and faith and life?
Now, I think there are 2 dimensions to this. The first dimension is how the relationship between the husband and the wife impacts the children. That's dimension number 1.
Yes.
Dimension number 2 is how together the husband and wife seek to influence the children as they are raised, as they're brought up in the home.
I hear you. So first of all, how the relationship between my wife and I impacts on our children.
Yes.
But secondly, how my wife and I face our children together and raise them.
Exactly. Now, in our case, we are very much at one, Alice and I are very much at one in desiring our children to be brought up in the Christian faith. So we have to be active, and we were active in this area. So the usual things of the whole family going to church together. You know, but there are many situations here in Uganda and also in the UK where you see in church the mother with the children.
Yes.
You say, where are the fathers?
Where is the father?
Where's the father? You know, this is not healthy. So the whole family, father, mother and children, going to church together. Prayers within the family. You know, it shouldn't fall on the mother to do the praying. Where are the fathers? We need to pray as fathers for our children and with our children. There's Bible reading together. I remember when I was working as a CFO, I'd have to get up early, but I'd get the children up early. You know, it was dark outside, of course. We would read the Bible together with the children and myself as the father, and then Alison would do likewise at a different part of the day. You know, I think the big issue in marriages around the world is fathers neglecting their responsibilities to bring up their children as Christian people. Mothers tend to do it more naturally. It's the fathers that tend to neglect.
Why is it natural for mothers and not natural for fathers?
I don't know. Maybe it's because the motherly instinct. You know, the fathers can be easily distracted. So yeah, as fathers, we need to be more intentional in bringing up our children in a Christian home and making the home Christian.
Okay. Wow. So going to church as a family together, praying with and for the children and reading scriptures together as a team. So how has this impacted on their life?
So I think we are, by we, Alice and myself, are at an interesting stage in life. Because our children have been brought up in this Christian home. But the thing is that children, as they grow into adults, need to find their own faith. Now, it is good and proper that the faith of the parents is communicated to the children. But children, as they grow up, need to work out their faith for themselves. I think that's what is partly meant by the phrase in the Bible, working out your salvation.
With fear and trembling.
With fear and trembling. Now, you know, it is the case that children will often push back against their parents. You know, the children will go off into the world, maybe go to a university and see a different side to life than the Christian life, and that can be attractive. The children need to work that through and then come back to finding their own faith. And that's where our children are. But I have a passionate belief that if children are brought up in a Christian home, they will come back to the Christian faith.
Okay. The seeds will have been planted within their soul and spirit and life, that later they will be back, even if they deviate from it.
That's right, Samuel. Here in Kampala, Alison and I, we belong to a cell group. And the cell group is quite a special group. It's very special for us. There are 4 couples in the group.
Yes.
Alice and myself as Mzungus. The other 3 as Ugandan couples.
Yes.
But we're all at the same stage in life. And between us, we have, I think, 13 children. Between the 4 couples. And we share with each other how the children are all finding their feet in a world and working out how their faith that was embedded within them as children now finds reality in their lives.
And that's scripture. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he grows up, he will not deviate from it.
Yes. Absolutely right.
Now, on the contrary, a number of us men have neglected our wives. We are talking about the impact of our marriage on our children. So in other words, we are talking about the relationship between our relationship with our spouses and our raising of the children. So let's look at that thing of our relationship with our wives.
Yes.
In your view, what would you say is the damage that follows when a man neglects building a strong relationship with his wife? Which damage follows? If there is any.
Let me start with one word.
Yes.
It's disastrous.
Is that so?
It's disastrous.
It's catastrophic.
When a husband neglects his wife, then disaster will occur. It's a road which leads to destruction of the marriage.
Does that disaster happen onto him, onto the wife, onto the children, the neighbors? Who gets the brunt of the disaster?
So, I'd say two things happen. First of all, when the husband neglects the wife, it happens over a period of time.
It's a journey.
It almost from day to day it's not noticeable. But what happens is the husband and wife are drifting apart. It's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous situation. That drifting apart then starts to impact on other people. Children, parents. I heard someone say once, which I think is very true, that you are as happy as your unhappiest child.
You are as happy as your unhappiest child.
Yeah, so if your child is unhappy, you feel that unhappiness.
Isn't that only when you are that concerned about those children?
Yeah, you're concerned about those children.
If you're not concerned really, and the child is unhappy, you just say that is his life. I live my life. There are many who are living that way.
But we're talking here about pursuing a Christian family. In a Christian family, we want a really strong relationship between the husband and the wife, which then translates into strong relationships between parents and children. So if we neglect our wives, it is the start of a road which leads to ultimately disaster.
Okay.
The marriage can fall apart over time. Not immediately, but over time.
Any other way how this disaster expresses itself beyond the marriage falling apart? Any other example?
So when a husband is neglecting the wife, the marriage becomes weaker. It means that the security that marriage is meant to provide for each other and for the children gets weaker and weaker over time. Children need to be brought up in a secure environment. So if there's insecurity creeping in between husband and wife because of the neglect, the children will notice that. It will impact them inside. And in the extreme, the children can become dysfunctional because the family is becoming dysfunctional. So husbands neglecting their wives is a terrible thing. And husbands, I'd say to all husbands out there on this Valentine's Day, do not neglect your wives. Work at it. Even if you feel like neglecting your wife, don't do it. Go in the opposite direction, and it will pay fruit.
Wonderful. It will pay fruit. Paul, I'm curious. Can a wife also neglect the husband?
Of course.
Is it also disastrous, equally disastrous, or that one is
of course
has lesser effects?
No, the effects are the same. The insecurity that is created when one neglects the other, whichever way round it is, that insecurity arises and then impacts on the children and other people. So But I think what is possibly behind your question or your point, Samuel, is that when you look at neglect between husbands and wives, sad to say, but probably most of the neglect comes from the husbands.
Yes. Yes.
And therefore, it is right to first of all speak about husbands neglecting their wives.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm in total agreement. Yeah. I was just curious about the other way around.
Yes.
Now, husband and wife, they came from different backgrounds, family backgrounds, academic backgrounds. They came into the marriage with different ways of looking at things, different perspectives, different attitudes.
Yes.
They studied from different schools and therefore took on different ways of thinking.
Yes.
Now they are into this marriage. They have brought into the marriage different aspirations for the future, different visions for tomorrow, and they have to harmonize all this in order to live together in harmony. And many times it doesn't happen. Conflicts come up. Disagreements happen.
Yes.
And there is tension in the marriage, tension in the house.
Yes.
In your view, from your experience, 36 years in marriage, but also from the experience of others that you have observed in your life over the years, what's the best way for couples to deal with conflict in a way that it will keep the children feeling safer in the house?
Now, my first comment on that, Samuel, is that when the husband and the wife bring different perspectives into the marriage, it calls for good communication.
It calls for good communication.
Communication is the lifeblood of a marriage.
That's a quotable quote. Communication is the lifeblood of a marriage.
So let me just take it one step further with the analogy. So my body is alive because the blood is moving.
Yes, it is.
When the blood stops moving, I'm dead.
The body stops moving equally.
When the communication stops in a marriage, the marriage is dying. The marriage is dying. So communication is the lifeblood of marriage, and it needs to keep moving constantly. So good communication in order to work out the way forward with these different perspectives. And it may well be, and this is speaking very pragmatically, that it's not possible to reach a total 100% common understanding.
All the time.
So what we need to do is work as far as we can to that common understanding. But when there are issues where there's disagreement, we have to live with each other's perspectives.
We agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree. Exactly, Samuel. Exactly.
Yes.
But it's not possible to agree on everything. We agree to disagree.
If we are always agreeing on everything, probably it means that one of us is not thinking and the other one is pretending. Most likely.
Exactly.
Because we have different ways of thinking and looking at different things. What I'm picking from what you've just shared is that we need to ensure that our approach to conflict resolution, conflict transformation, conflict management is in such a way that it preserves peace and harmony in the family, no matter what, whether we are already in agreement or we're not yet in agreement as a couple. But we do it in such a way that we don't put our children on tenterhooks because of how we are quote unquote hitting each other due to the disagreement.
I completely agree with what you're saying. I think conflict happens in every marriage. Let me say that. There's no... I personally do not know. I'm speculating here. But even the most senior bishops have some conflict in their marriage from time to time.
They may have a good share more than many of the other people.
Samuel, you may know better than me. But conflict can actually be very good for children if it's handled in the right way.
Okay.
Because children need to see in their parents, when that conflict arises, how the parents deal with it. And often there is a requirement for forgiveness. When children see their parents in conflict and they're moving to a state of forgiving each other, that is powerful for the children to see. It equips the children with skills for life. You know, children who never see any conflict, they're going to struggle when they
meet conflict themselves.
When they meet conflict as grown-ups.
Yes.
They've never seen conflict as a child. But healthy conflict is where, yes, there is conflict, but it moves forward to a point of resolution and forgiveness, assuming there were some sinful things done in the conflict process. I think that is very healthy for children. I remember one of our sons making the comment to Alison, actually, but I was in earshot, and he said, and he was observing other families, and our son said, in our family, we forgive each other.
In our family, we forgive each other.
We forgive each other.
That's our family identity, tradition, and culture.
It's something that he had picked up as a positive.
Wow.
Now, to forgive each other, there must have been some issue leading to the need for forgiveness.
They can't say endure when the situation is nice. It has to be something difficult to deal with.
But what he was really expressing was a security that he found in the family.
Because of
forgiveness. Even if there are difficult moments, even if there's conflict, we move to a position of forgiveness and acceptance, total acceptance of each other. And that provides the security that children need. So when there's conflict and it just spirals out of control, which can often happen in families, then that creates insecurity for the children. But when the conflict moves to resolution and forgiveness, that can create additional security for the children. Because the children know that when they are in conflict with their parents, which can happen, happens in all the families.
Yes, it does.
When the children are in conflict with their families, they know there's always a way back. The forgiveness that should be there in every family. Again, it's what Jesus teaches.
Indeed. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And what I'm hearing in this, therefore, is something I learned quite a number of years ago, almost more than a decade, when I was undergoing my Masters of Arts in Organizational Leadership and Management program, whereby we had this course unit on matters of conflict, how a leader should handle conflicts. And I remember the professor said we should go beyond conflict management and beyond conflict resolution to conflict transformation. And the way he explained it was that conflict is normal, conflict is natural, conflict should be expected. But when it comes, don't only look at managing it, because we often talk of conflict management. Don't just manage it, because managing it is like you want to let it stay, but it shouldn't create a lot of harm. That's like managing it. And then also conflict resolution is not sufficient. So you've dealt with this conflicting situation today, but tomorrow another one will come, or even a similar one will surface up again. So now he pushed us into thinking proactively about conflict, that this has happened. We shouldn't only manage it or resolve it, but we can transform it by learning lessons from this and saying, in case the same trigger happens, how shall we respond in the future? And I think looking at it from that angle, it creates safety in the home, creates security, a sense of wellness. That's where your child comes up and says, in this family, we forgive each other.
It's
beautiful.
And that warmed my heart, Samuel, when I heard that from my son.
I can imagine. What is in my mind right now is, how do we put these things into practice on a daily basis? And I would like you to share what you would give as examples of some daily acts of love, that a man can do towards his wife that will secure their children's hearts. What are some of those day-to-day practical, pragmatic acts of love that a man can do. That, in fact, let me say that any man can do.
Yes,
that
yes.
will secure the hearts of the children.
Yes. So, first of all, those acts need to be expressions of an underlying security. It's possible to do the acts, but the underlying security is not there.
How does that happen?
It then becomes a little false, you see.
Okay.
So let me give you an extreme example, which happens in all societies around the world. If the husband is not being faithful to his wife,
in terms of, you mean like sexual faithfulness?
Sexual faithfulness.
Okay, because faithfulness can be quite broad.
No, I'm talking very specifically. I'm thinking here of side dishes.
Side dishes.
Side dishes.
Leaving the main dish and you go to eat from side dishes.
Exactly. And I know that the word side dish here
is well known.
Everyone understands it.
Yes.
Everyone understands it. So, if the husband has a side dish, it doesn't matter how many flowers the husband buys.
I hear you.
There's an underlying issue.
Yeah.
Which needs to be addressed.
Yeah. She keeps telling herself, there are 5 other women who have received these flowers from my husband.
Exactly.
So these flowers are not meaningful anymore.
But even if the wife is the only one receiving the flowers, the fact the side dish is there is undermining and destroying the marriage. So acts of love need to be built on a foundation of security and faithfulness between husband
and trust
and wife and trust. Exactly, the word trust. Very, very important word. Now, those acts can take different forms, and if I'm honest, will reflect the personalities
and the personal preferences.
Personal preferences, yeah. So I think my wife would say about me is that I appreciate when she does acts of service for me, and I do acts of service for her. Acts of service is quite big for me, but not for every man.
Of course.
Yeah. So it varies. I think a very pragmatic step we can take to deal with one of the issues of our age is coming back to mobile phones. If I go into to eat in a restaurant, it's very interesting to look around and see tables occupied by more than one person, husband, wife, maybe a family, maybe friends, eating together, but they're not talking to each other.
They're not talking with each other.
Because what are they doing? They're on their phones all the time. And it's quite shocking to see that. We have a rule which we try and follow, which is at meal times, no phones. No phones.
Okay.
So when we eat, we're discussing with each other, and with our children. We have a conversation. I'll be honest with you, Samuel. With our children, it's more of a debate. They love to debate and argue, but that's healthy. Better that than be on the phones.
Is it the same with television? Because for some people it's not the phones, it's television. While they are eating, the television is on, everything is on.
Yes.
Same impact?
Yeah, same impact. We also turn the television off when we're eating. So that we can, because when we eat together, it's more than just giving our bodies food. It is actually fellowship together.
So when we eat with each other, we won't eat each other.
Exactly, Samuel. And when we have fellowship, we want fellowship with each other rather than with the television or the phone. Because televisions and phones do not create good fellowship in reality. So they may be interesting, but not good for fellowship. So that step of adhering to that discipline it can really build family cohesion, because we're communicating. That lifeblood is allowed to flow. In the busyness of life, if we come together for a meal, let's use that time to communicate well with each other.
All right. Would you consider that to be the one action step that every man can do tonight to honor his wife, or is there one other specific action step that you recommend every man to do tonight before they sleep as a form of honoring their wives?
I think what is important, and it's not just about tonight being Valentine's Day,
of course,
but as human beings, and we're all human beings, we like to feel appreciated. You know, when someone appreciates us, then it builds our confidence. And so, husbands, appreciate your wives. It's part of loving your wife is to appreciate her. Appreciate not just her beauty, but her skills, her intellect,
her ideas,
her thoughts, the way she cares for the children. Many, many, many things we can appreciate. And Samuel, I'll be honest to the viewers, I do not do that enough.
You don't do it enough.
Yeah. So I need to, what I say, I need to speak to myself.
Yeah.
Even on family TV.
I will send a recording of this to you so that you can listen to yourself.
If you send it to my wife, she'll keep reminding me.
She will be an accountability partner. Wow. As we talked about all this, I remember there is something going to happen next month at the Hotel Africana. I remember the other time we were talking about it. Yes. There's going to be a Kampala marriage conference, Kampala marriage seminar of sorts. And you are at the center of organizing it with a number of other people on the team.
With a team.
Of course.
We work as a team.
Yes.
Together.
Could you please tell us about that in maybe a minute or so?
Yes.
What's that? Is it something we can be part of?
Yes.
Is it related to what we are talking about?
So this is, the Bible Society of Uganda has been organising marriage conferences now for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
This one on the 13th of March. So yesterday, it was 4 weeks away.
Okay, so yesterday was 13th of February.
13th of March, it's a Friday, at Hotel Africana.
In Kampala City.
In Kampala City, a big marriage conference where we have great speakers. But the aim of this marriage conference is really aimed at the young marrieds and those contemplating marriage. So the young married, we're very flexible. If you feel you are a young married, then you should come. This is for you.
But if we are to ask about the number of years in the marriage, which ones are you talking about?
We range it. 15 to 20 years is fine.
20 years, somebody's still a young married.
Yeah.
When the son is at the university.
Samuel, I've been married 36 years. I'm still a young married. I'm learning.
I hear you.
I'm learning about marriage. So we don't want to be too rigid about this. But the issues that young marrieds face tend to be different from the older marriage like
That's
me.
True.
So a young married will have younger children, juggling, as we were saying earlier, between work, children, family, church, and so on. Difficult time of life.
Yeah.
So this marriage conference is for those young marrieds, but also for those who are contemplating marriage.
Okay.
There are many people out there who one day will be married.
Yeah.
Now, come and learn.
Indeed.
Come and learn now.
Yeah.
And go into your marriage whenever it happens with the knowledge that you get from this marriage conference.
Yeah. Put up the lightning conductor on your house before the lightning comes.
Exactly.
You don't have to wait for when the house is burnt down to put the lightning conductor.
That's a great.
Prepare yourself in advance.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So is it going to be for the whole day? Or
the whole day, it's the whole day. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me just describe what will happen at the marriage conference. So we'll have a time of worship, led for us by the Watoto Worship Academy. Very dynamic worship band and team. We then have our devotions led by Bishop Henry Luke Rombi.
Okay.
Of course, everyone knows Bishop Arombi.
So many know.
So this marriage conference is interdenominational. It doesn't matter which church you belong to.
Or which church you don't go to at all.
Or even if you don't go to a church. Come. come. So Bishop Arom is in the devotions.
Yeah.
The host of the conference is Justice Mike Chibita.
Okay.
In his
the
capacity,
judiciary of Uganda.
Supreme Court of Uganda. Justice Mike Chibita will be there in his capacity as president of the Bible Society of Uganda.
Awesome.
So he has this great role. And then we've got two experienced counselors and psychologists speaking. After lunch, we have Pastor Joshua Mugabe and his wife Christine from Watoto Church, who heads up the family ministry at Watoto.
Yeah.
And then we go into a panel session in the afternoon where people can ask questions about issues in marriage.
Awesome.
So hit the nitty-gritty, as we say.
Interesting. Yeah. I will be there, the Lord willing. I want to be part of that and continue to learn with my fellow married people. In just 1 minute, what's your parting shot? Our topic today has been the impact of your marriage on your children.
Yes.
What's your parting shot as we close this program right now?
Before I come to that, if I may, just 10 seconds to say, if there's any viewer out there who wants to come to this marriage conference, please register. How do you register? Well, the churches are now putting on their platforms the QR code. If you've got a phone which can capture a QR code, it's the quickest way to register. If you can't do it that way, then two numbers I'll give you. The first one is 0773 316 735. Call that number to register.
0773 31 67 35.
Correct. And then the second number, if you can't get through on the first number, is 0779 03 01 35.
Okay. 0779 030 135.
Yeah.
All right. Parting shot in a few
Parting shot. I'm going to come back to Ephesians. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church. Now, let's think what that means as the parting shot. Christ loved the church so much that he was prepared to die for the church, to give his life.
Yeah.
Husbands, give your lives to your wives.
Sacrificial leadership.
Sacrificial leadership. If you give your lives to your wives, your marriage will be strong, your children will be secure, you'll be a beacon of light to the world.
Wow.
That's my parting shot. So.
Amazing parting shot. Yeah, it makes me feel like we should continue now to converse about that for the next 30 minutes. It's rich. It's very rich. Friends, our marriages are not neutral. They are impactful on our children. You need to know that a disrespectful marriage breeds arrogant children. You need to know that a loving marriage nurtures kind children. You need to remember that deceitful couples raise cunning children. In fact, violent couples raise bitter children. Your marriage impacts on your children. If you are prayerful couples, you will raise children who trust God. If you are couples who communicate well, you will raise children who relate meaningfully. Can I dare even say, if you are sexually fulfilled couples, you will raise happier children? Oh yes. Your marriage is impactful on your children. And therefore you can't just let it slide by anyhow. It's critical that we give attention to the strength and the anchoring of our marriages, because it will impact on multiple generations even long after we are gone. If you as a couple are humorous, you will raise children who express themselves freely. If you as couples are godless, you will raise insensitive, inhuman children. If you are united couples, you will raise cooperative children. If you are honest couples, you will raise disciplined children. Let me restate that your marriage is not neutral. It leaves an impact, whether you are deliberate or not. I remember doing a training somewhere where we said it was on personal branding, and we said, if you are not minding about your personal brand, that is your personal brand. It's like when you don't go to vote, you have voted. You have said whoever wins. So the same thing with your marriage. If you don't become intentional about it and how it impacts on your children, it doesn't mean it won't have an impact on your children. It will, but most likely it will be a negative impact. So why not become intentional about it? The whole point this evening, therefore, is that your marriage is an incubation atmosphere for how your children will grow up. So as your marriage is, so shall your children be. It's been a pleasure being with you today on this Inspired Family Leader program with Samuel A. Bakutana, your host, with our guest, our brother Paul Bosson. Greetings to Alson, Paul's wife, and greetings to my dear, beautiful, lovely Watermelon, my dear Charity, honorable, dignified wife, woman I love. Until next time, remember to live exemplarily, love authentically, and lead relationally.
Just one wife. That you need the leadership skills of a general.
Yes.
To lead an army of one woman.
So we have to take a lot of pain, a lot of effort